Hello everyone, welcome back to Pommy and Oz. Hope we're all doing really well. We are third day of the new year, new me type malarkey. I hope the new year is treating you incredibly well. I really do. I've really enjoyed the start to the new year and it's been nice and relaxing. I've enjoyed coming up with some content. So if you are new around here, please drop a like, please drop a subscribe. It does absolutely make my year. It made my year last year. We're well past 1,800 now. Trying to get to that 2,000 mark by round one, which I reckon we'll crack between us because we are superstars. So if you are new, good day to you. I'm the Pom. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, make it happen. Returning Pom and Ozzers, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And these legends here, they joined the channel. And everyone who is part of this channel, who comments and stuff, gets an entry into winning a draw. So last time out, we were auctioning off pictures behind me. This month's competition is one of your choice, but Timmy P won the print, the Silvani Dynasty print. So please make it known if you are around here. These legends are paid up members of the channel. We've just sponsored Domaku, so if you want to get involved in that as well, reach out to me. PommyandOzYT@gmail.com. Email is in the description or any of my socials. And if you do want your own prints and stuff, we've got some new ones coming up. We do all sorts, sports, movies, all that malarkey. PommySportsAlmanac.com.au for all your printing needs. So what we're doing today is something a bit different. Now, those who know me know that I froth me cricket. And it's been a bit of a bad time if you are Team Blue in the cricket. So I thought, let's go and fix it. And this is the team that I'd like to see go out there. Some new names for you Aussies to barrage and abuse. And this is what I came up with. We are going to do something with this. I've just purchased Cricket 22, so we're going to do some streams and stuff with that. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Bit of FIFA streams I'll be returning as well. I love me streaming. I do miss you guys and girls. It's good. And now's the perfect time, isn't it, when we've got nothing to do. So let's have a look at the openers I've chosen. So the first guy I'm going to talk about here is DENT. Now, a bit of an older guy, 30, but if we go back in time to Australia, a Mr. Rogers came and into your side when he was old and started to make it happen. Now, one thing that I like about DENT is he's an accumulator. He's one of the throwbacks to the old school openers. He sees off the new ball. And I think the problem with England Test cricket at the moment is 3-4 are coming in and the ball's 2 overs old. Now, DENT, what he's shown at county level is he does hang around a bit. Now, he isn't an absolute dynamite scorer by any sense of the words, but when you watch Gloucester play, they're a tough outfit in the terms of he seems to stick around. He's got real good technique as well. And one that I see that what England lack, and going back to the days, the glory days of Cookie and Strauss, who used to play alongside Trescothic, you need that guy that's going to just dig in at times. England go 1 down for 10, which happens all the time. I want a guy there, a little bit of experience as well. Now, there was Rob Yates, who I was looking at, young player who's just won the county championship, real great stroke maker. But I just think the way the state of the cricket is now for the next 1 or 2 years, I want a bit of reliability at the top order. And I think DENT gives that. With him is Tom Haines. Now, Australians may be familiar with him. He did play in the Lions series for us. Terrific opening batsman. He reminds me kind of Trescothic in the terms of that he's just got that wonderful ability to accumulate runs, plays aggressive shots, but the cricketing shots, decent average of 34, averaging over 45 in the years just gone. For me, he's someone that is really exciting. I really like this kid, 23 years old. And I think he's going to get you in the right avenue, if you know what I mean. I think when I like my openers now, I wanted a left and right hand combination. If it's not DENT, I'd maybe say that you could put Burns there. He has done my head in the last couple of weeks, but I do think a right and left combination does work. 2 left-handers. Is it an issue? Who knows? But I do love Haines. I love the way that he plays in county cricket. I love what he does for Sussex. He really does hit the ball hard, gets the ball going in the right direction, sets the intent, gets the intent going. And I'm a big fan of HAINES, and I do think he should be in the England team as it is now. I was surprised he wasn't selected, but that's it. But HAINES is that. Then first drop, who have we got? We got DAWID MALAN. Now, I love MALAN, and I think he's a perfect stroke maker. Now, a lot of criticism comes his way, and it does my head in. It does my head in. I think Root and MALAN get the most criticism in the England team, and I don't get it why, because these two shouldn't be coming in 1 for 5, 2 for 10. They're not opening batsmen. This guy here in an ideal world is coming in at 70. You've at least seen off 10 overs of the new ball. You've taken the edge off it. But I love MALAN, and I think he's a victim of the claps. Him and Root are victims of the claps, because they're in fail-safe mode straight away. They're in defensive, and I want MALAN with his great stroke making, beautiful driver of the ball. I want him to come in with the ball a little bit older, with a little bit less pressure, looking to accumulate runs, not be in full-scale defensive mode. I think he's worth keeping around. I love him at first drop. And hopefully with them two openers, they're going to see the ball off a bit. But what is key to this team is you've got to keep it together. You can't just keep chopping and changing it. For me, the future of England is probably Yates and HAINES at the opening pair. Whether you do that straight away, I wouldn't be object to it. Maybe Burns, HAINES, Burns, Yates, whatever combination. But they've got to have a whole series together at least to really ingrain it, because the great opening partnerships, I look at Langer and Hayden. No matter what happened to them two, they were always in the team, building that relationship, and it's so important. But MALAN is first drop. Still captain. Got a lot of love for my Yorkshire boy. For me, one of the best I think the best batsman in world cricket. Now, hear me out. I know Labuschagne and Smith, huge respect. Smith, one of my favourite players to watch outside of my team. But Joe Root does it in a team that literally collapses. Like, honestly, these guys are dominoes. And the fact he maintains that average when literally he is the Patrick Cripps of freaking England at the moment. He is the only one who can bat. I love Root. A lot is said about his captaincy. Now, I disagree with it. I think sometimes his field selection is balmy. It's balmy. But then I also look at it this way. Having played a lot of cricket in my youth up until I was 22, and at a decent level, I will say it's hard to captain a side and set progressive, exciting fields when you're defending 180. Like, it's hard to pack the slip cordon. It's hard to pack the onside. It's hard to put players around the batsman, because you've always got in your mind, these melts aren't going to get 300. So I'd love to see him in a side that can competitively get 350 plus regularly and see his captaincy. I love Root. I won't have a bad word to say about him. For me, easily, he is a legendary batsman. Legendary batsman. I'm a big fan. In at 5, sticking with the Yorkshire flair, is my boy, Harry Brook. Now, Aussies may be familiar with him. He really burst onto the scene, and I just don't think you can have an England team without Yorkshire, really. I think you've got to have them in. Love him in at 4 and 5. I watch how he plays. He plays beautiful cricket, real good stroke maker, accumulates the runs. I think he won't be phased. He's a young buck as well. And I think in modern day cricket, your 4-5, I think really important. 22 years old, a guy that'll build, a guy that I can see in 3 or 4 years taking MALAN's place at first drop. I love him. He gives me Trot vibes in the terms of that. He just plays the right shots, plays good cricket, decent average as well at county level, gets it, and a guy that you can build that middle order around. I'm a big fan of Harry, and he would be straight into my team, especially with the series coming up. We've got a test to play against India. Get him in. Get him in. They don't like playing in Pommy land. Get him in. Get him there. And we can get the Kookaburra back into English cricket. That would be brilliant. Get that in there. I reckon Harry will be sorted because he can swing. He's used to swing, plays spin well, plays pace, lets it come onto the bat, and gets forward on the front foot. Big fan. All-rounder, only one man, Benny Stokes. I'm a big fan of Stokes. One of my favourites for England. And I think everyone loves Stokes, don't they? He's a phenomenal player. He's Audi Flintoff, isn't he? He's an excitement machine. He's the all-rounder. No better player in English cricket at the moment. Lock it away. The man that can make something happen. But I'm a big fan. Now, here's the next problem position, the wicketkeeper. Now, James Bracey's played a few tests for England and not done very well. But what I like about Bracey is he gives me Haddin vibes in the terms of that he's gritty. He's gritty. Now, England tried him a bit higher up the order. I like him in at 7 as the sole wicketkeeper. His glove work is good. He is a good shot maker. I think take the pressure off. What I like about Bracey is he's got gears as well. He's got a bit of gears about him. He can go through the motions. You watch him play for Gloucester again. He goes through the motions when he's playing. He really does look to make it happen. Very good strike rate as well. He really does take the game on, as he's shown in the one-day event. But he's got a good cricketing brain. He really takes the game on. And I like that kind of pinch hitter, but also the guy who's a little bit gritty, a bit lower down the order. His glove work is good, like I say. I'm a fan of Bracey, and I think England have got to look at this because I don't think Butler's the man. I think England get way too one-dimensional. They see someone do well for one-day cricket, and I don't think you can use T20 and one-day anymore as the avenues. You know, when I was a kid, you played one-day international, and then you went into Test cricket. It was like the forerunner. Now, one-day and T20 are probably higher up in the cricketers' pecking order, particularly in England. So you can't do that. They don't see this as a gateway. I think you've got to focus on the red ball cricket. I like Bracey. I think he's got the game. Then we're into my tail. I've got Ollie Robinson. I'm a big fan of Ollie. I love what he does. I think he's the natural successor to Jimmy Anderson. He can swing it, gets a bit of movement. Very good line and length as well. It's a nagging line and length. He nags at that off stump. And I'm a big fan. What can I say? For me, he stays in the team. Bat a bit as well, which is really important down the tail. I think that England need a deep tail. I'm a big fan. I think he does everything that I ask of him. I'm a big fan. Then we've got another little bit of a bowling all-rounder here in Dom Bess. For me, the best spinner in England. I'm a huge fan. I'm a big fan of offies as well. And another Yorkshire guy who has come through Somerset, but is a Yorkshireman, honorary. I'm a huge fan. I love this kid. I'm a big fan of this kid. 22 average as well, not bad. Really gets it going with the bat. Just about 30 for the bowling. I think for me, offies in today's cricket are a lot more important. I think there are more of an aggressive selection. I think when you look at England, we view our spinners in the 80s as a guy who holds the end up, and there's so much more about that. What I like about Bess is he gets the ball in the air. He's not scared of flight. It's what England need. And I think Bess at 24 is the future of English cricket. Get him in. Get him in. I like Leachy, but people get clouded. He did that in India. You know what I mean? It's a turning wicket. Like, Bess, for me, does it in English conditions, which is harder to spin. Get him in. Get him in because he bats as well. I've never liked a spinner at 11 either. Never been a fan of it. So I know Matthias the freak, but we can't afford it. Then in at 10, JOFRA Archer. Hopefully he's fit. Without a shadow of a doubt, this guy plays good cricket. He's dangerous. Raw pace. You saw what Chris Wood does for England in the Ashes series. Problem with Wood is I'm a big fan, but he can't bowl every test, and you need that continuity. I don't know why England are going with this rotation. The rotation was for the Ashes, and we're about to get drubbed 5-0. Scrap it. Rotation's Mickey Mouse. That's for big games with lots of fixtures. They're playing once every 3 months. Do you know what I mean? If you need to rotate for that, find another job. JOFRA Archer's in it. Raw pace, sheer electric. Bowls viciously. And for me, he's an aggressive option, and it's something that England have missed. I don't think we would have won the Ashes with him because, unfortunately, this guy can't score 200 as well. But he is a difference maker. And in at 11, he's still there, Jimmy Anderson. I just don't think there's anyone that can do it. I think there's Matty Fisher coming through. got Mahmood as well. There's a few guys who are knocking on the door, but I think while Jimmy Anderson's fit, you saw what he does in the Ashes. Guy's phenomenal. Guy's phenomenal. Honestly, a rarity. I want to pick someone young, but for me, can't get look past Jimmy Anderson. But that's the team I'd like to see out for the next Test series. Hopefully, Jimmy Anderson will survive 2 years, and we've got him for the next Ashes series. But let me know what you think. Any names in there? Any advice you'd throw out? Until next time, I'm out.